Vibe the Queen, we are now live! I always love that part. Karibuni sana to Vibe the Queen. Live the Queen. Did I just say Live the Queen? Wow.
Season 3.
Itakuwa live na vibe.
Okay.
Live na Queen vibe. Okay, we're just gonna chill for the guys to get in as I also log into my other devices. Karibuni sana watu. Unaona nani hapo? Unaona Gibson violinist hapa. Gibson ati first number. Gibson, I might just give you something from courtesy of Vibe the Queen because of being first.
Hey, Miss Minor.
Yeah, Miss Minor.
Oh, Miss Minor is always around also.
Mudel, that's my cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin?
Yeah.
Is that a cousin now?
My cousin. The cousin.
Motra.
Oh! Rodriguez Simon. Where are you from, Rodriguez? Welcome here. Jay Ganda. Hakutoka hapa. He was here at Soundcheck and I don't think he did not leave this guy. Isaac Muli, karibu sana. Kid from Islando na muongee mambo ya party leader. Huku hakuna siasa.
Tuna Walombotov.
Kimba Sachs, tuna Kulula. Thank you so much. Moses Munge, it's Yarly, love from Sweden. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mudeo, immediately after Gibson.
Islam.
Akuna gifts za number 2.
Islam by the way, ni sawa tu lakini.
Islam is coming back.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Islam is our very, very good friend from Zanzibar.
Extraordinary.
We have beef because we did not record what we were supposed to record. But girl, if you don't watch, we'll ride out to Zanzibar.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's roll. Hey.
And Moise, Basiza amekuja kujishuhudia.
Nimekuja na sweater.
Peti ako ndani ya nyumba. Jean Mendy, it's Mr. Breyer.
Wow.
Mr. Burr. What should I say? You know, I'm watching Ozarks right now and I feel like I should just say Mr. Bird.
Okay. Wow.
Minor JF, and we are about 18. I think we are safe to start. Yeah, that's a good quorum.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys, to Vibe na Queen Season 2, Episode 3. Bienvenue à la programme de Vibe na Queen, Episode 2, Season 2, Episode 3, avec the
Coupe bibamba.
You guys, I'm hosting the noisemaker of this class.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Comme ça.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Je fais.
Means what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh, wow. Wait. I didn't know I've come to Alliance Farms.
You're fake chilling.
Alliance Farms, guys.
Guys, I am hosting the noisemaker of the class today. Her name is Mutindi Muasa.
I don't know why you're branding me a noisemaker.
When you noisemaker, what can come there? Wewe? Gibson? Gibson? These are the noisemakers of this class.
I was just giving moral. In fact, last week I was so quiet. I was learning from Queen Olivia. I was like, where my James? Wait.
Right. Gibson,
Sweating.
This here, ndio huyu backbencher and Obala Sachs. Backbenchers, they're the ones who sit at the back of the class and cheer and jeer.
Let me tell you.
Also they give, what is it called?
Even in my history of being a student from when I was young, I have never sat at the back.
Do you want to tell us about your history? Do you want to tell us about your history?
Of sitting at the back?
No, not sitting. Do you want to tell us your history of the way you sat at the front of the class?
I've never even been a front. Slightly. Almost up on Yuma, so that I hear what they're saying. Then
Tindi is lying. Tindi alienda homeschool. Na tunajua. You guys, welcome to Vibe no queen again. My name is Kaziva Mutua. This is Mutindi, and up here is a special guest. Her name is Ivy Alexander. You can see 2 strings and a percussionist, but maybe somehow I will be inspired to be the 3rd string
Guitarist.
But what about if we start with a song, maybe? It's just like cool things down. At least tuone wewe ni bassist, wewe si wa noise maker, wewe ni bassist wa makods.
Wamakods ni Moise.
Moise!
6 string. Hata sasa
Lazima moja gig yako.
Hata alikuwa anasema anataka kununulia gitaa nyingine. Niko tu sasa hiyo 6 so nataka.
Moise, shout out to Moise. Moise is a very good bass player. He has a gig coming up. I would love to host Moise, but hawezi
vibes.
Ama tuanze vibe with the king.
Truth.
Tuanze vibe na king, lakini sasa itabidi nimepiga suti kila siku nibadilishe accent.
No, you'll be the flower. Is that one
Itakuwa tu.
I can tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vibe na Queen. Tindi,
mwanamuziki.
Tuongoze katika wimbo wa ibada hii.
Wherever you are, just lift up your hands and start worships.
Welcome to Vibe na Queen. This is such a nice groove. All being serenaded. There's about 3 people behind this screen who are recording this for later for YouTube, for all the people who cannot make it for this live. And I see a lot of people in here. Mose Percussion amesema hello Kasiva, Tindi and Ivy niko hapa. Mimi ni studio wa Kasiva. Wapi ndugu ya ma studio wa Kasiva? Kelvin and Right amesema yo, it's nice being here. Whoop whoop cousin. And Moise amesema simuongee tu vitu mnaelewa. Sasa kupe ni nini?
Sasa hizo miaka zote mwezi nimekujua. Why have you not taught me?
Crocs Baseman made it. Thank you so much, Pundit. Let me tell you, we have this thing going on between Crocs and I. Tunasemanga Pundit. He's my pundit. Na naona umetujoin kwa sababu leo niambia 209 208. Body Percussive, Mr. Jemedari, congratulations on your new project. We see it shining and power to you. Yes, Jemedari the Jemedari. He has a new, I think, EP out with have you seen the album art? Yes, by Mwemanzomo.
Oh, wow.
Loving what our industry is doing right now. Mwanamziki, Grizzly, Nderi, Drummer Boy, Gibson Violis amesema backbencher tuko loud. Tunakuona sana Olivia Ambani. Thank you so much for making it. Slick Kadrela, Martin Deritu, and a lot of your Timol Taylor. Where are you from? I love your name. Timor Lehtela. I'm Timor Taylor. How do you say this name? And welcome. Islam is really, really excited. La music junkie, Kerry Kagiri. We love you, sister, and we want to have you here on this podium so bad.
I've seen Tomaso.
Gali music is an amazing. Let me tell you. I will tell you about this bass player. He's called Gali.
Wow.
Gali is an amazing bass player. He plays with Msaki.
Oh wow.
Right now he's in Zanzibar with Islam doing an amazing project.
I think I have seen.
You have.
I have seen. Did he play with Fadili?
Yes, he did. Yes. Nyatra Rapasa, all the way from London. Karibu tunataka kusema Nyatra Pasa.
Nyara Pasa.
Nyara Pasa. Nyatra Pasa. Rapasa Nyatra Pasa wa Nyatete Nyataitai kapo kabisa. Kabla tuendelee na ujinga Tindi, hii swali nimeuliza na watu wengi sana and I want us to just jump and dive into it. Tindi, why bass? Why bass? Mwenzako hapa nyuma ameshika gitaa. Why bass?
So I think I'll have people know that I have done tours and travels with instruments. Like, I started with this and moved to this and now I'm doing this.
What did you start with?
Actually singing. I've sung for a long time, but not like as a lead vocalist. I used to do a lot of background vocals for people. And I think just growing up, I was exposed to a lot of different kind of music, from church music, R&B. I know people associate me with reggae, but reggae came like this later.
Tutauliza why. These stereotypes for hair,
we
don't want.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So I just feel like when I listen to music, I just hear different things depending on the genre of music. So for a long time, like the thing you're playing during sound check, that dun dun so like growing up in the 90s, the music was very very groovy.
Yeah.
And that is what me I've grown up listening to. Like a lot of my influences are in R&B, a bit of rumba, like everyone who grew up around that time. So when I started learning how to play the keyboard, that's like I try and imitate that. Dun dun. I just go and look for it. Dun dun. Yeah. Dun dun. And anytime I find a keyboard, that is all I'm going to do.
That's not how you learned. We're coming to you. Like, technically, I think we're in such a distance.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
Anyway.
Yeah, so that was like primo, and then going to high school. There was no music festival. In fact, I really hoped that I'd go to a school that had music
Mhm.
like as a subject, but it wasn't there,
Mhm.
and there was no music festival.
Mhm.
So we were in those schools where music festival has been banned because 2 years before you joined, people went for a funky and
And go
And just
go
wait for us.
permanent.
But me and a couple of friends formed like an a cappella group, so we started to just
Oh.
sing in school, but not seriously.
Yeah.
Like anytime there's like a new jam, hey, we go and memorize it, and then we get the harmonies and we sing.
Yeah.
So majorly, I only started experimenting with instruments when I was in like uni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I understand why it took you such a long time, like, to actually, like, you know, experiment on instruments kabisa,
Yeah.
because many of the schools that the common mwananchi can actually access are not equipped with instruments. Yaani ukitaka kucheza instruments kama obala sax, tuambie wewe kwanza ulijulia wapi kucheza sax, kwa sababu for you to be able to go to a school that has actual sax lazima uweze kutoa mapeni ya kutosha, ama kwenda ile shule ya private pale.
But there's some
Yeah.
public schools like Kinapumani and all that had access to.
Is such a public school?
Yeah,
That's
is.
one of the schools that I know which is like
It
really
is.
really equipped with like instruments and stuff.
So like I remember even when I was in high school, now when they opened up the opportunity for music, there's a teacher that came, a Catholic choir master, and used to come with a so hiyo mdomo harmonica.
Aha.
Oh my God.
Unajua kucheza harmonica? Niko nayo.
Actually, my late granddad played harmonica.
No way.
Yeah.
Like proper.
Yeah, he was a proper
Oh my
harmonica
God.
player.
You know, I see harmonica and I just see blues
Okay.
like so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
see
love
Stevie
harmonica.
Wonder. I don't know
Oh.
why.
No. Really?
That's true, actually.
You guys, what do you feel like when you see a harmonica? It just like popped up, like, you know, but yeah.
So he used to come with like when he started auditioning people to join the school choir. And I remember saying, man, me I just joined the choir because man I don't have too much to do. I'm not really a sports person. So I joined the choir. Man, but the songs that we were singing there. Wayahudi na askari wenye pepo mbaya na nia mbaya walikwenda. And let me tell you, people despised. People used to make fun of us, but we went to nationals with that song. With that song, one day I'll post a TBT of a picture where I was helping to conduct a good time.
Do you think the music festivals were an actual like super influence in your music?
Yes.
Yeah?
I feel if we had more opportunities to go for music festival, because we only went once. And that was all I can remember music festival wise.
Yeah.
I've never been to another music festival. Well, yeah, maybe when I was a kid, kitambo, but I feel like a lot of very well-refined musicians have been kwa music festival. Come on.
Akina sisi,
you guys.
Mimi sitapeana spoiler. Ilisemekana the last episode ya Vibe na Queen mutakuja kuni-interview. So you guys can ask me those questions then.
Yes.
But I'm just curious, like, for the guys who are watching us, like, and the ones who are in Kenya specifically, all of you know, like, about the Kenya National Music Festivals, Music Fest, kwenye mlikomna na mkaria no, na sister schools zenu, na brother schools zenu.
Wow.
But did you guys find like the music festivals to be impactful to your musical lives now wenye wameshakuwa wasanii? And you know, if you ever went to the music festivals, do you actually think that it was ilikuwa worthwhile? Like, did you iliku benefit? Just let me know in the comments and I'll just revisit that later. So, a bass player in such a male-dominated space. In Kenya, how many female bass players do you know? I imagine I would ask you because you are in that space, so you would know better.
So, top of mind.
Yeah.
Luciche, Empress Luciche.
Empress, shout out to you, baby.
Tunu Juma.
Shout out to you, Tunu.
Those are the ones that I know who are
Active.
Yeah.
Wow. So 2 on top of your minds. Let's even just like just let's give it to like 3. Maybe there's like some who play in a certain church and we don't know about them, and we encourage, if you know of any female bass players, because like we're actually literally counting, and we can only like, we know of 2
Actively.
who are active in the scene. If you know of any other, tafadhali let us know. Tuandike personally,
There's
andike DM.
Karen.
Karen.
But Karen also doubles up as a pianist. And I think she also teaches.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that the reason as to why we are having these conversations on Vibe Na Queen is to first like to just talk about stuff that's going on in the industry and see what part we can play or what little thing we can infuse into the industry to make it better, and especially for us women, and for visibility. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you guys know of any bass player mwenye unajua like maybe anachezanga church, or somebody who's like akona hiyo touch, anapenda bass, akona interest, hit me up. I'm sure hit up Tindi on at Mutindi
Tindi.
Tindi.
Twitter,
Yeah,
Instagram,
just in your DM and let us know about them, because these platforms are for reach to such people. Ndio tuache kuhesabu bass players na mkono tukao tunasema there are so many, you know. And that brings me to the question, why do you think mko few hivyo Tindi? Is bass such a difficult instrument to play?
No, it isn't, but like I told you, I had a lot of, hey, let me try the keyboard.
Yeah.
And I played keys for a significant amount of time.
Absolutely.
But when I picked up the bass, I was just jamming. I was not serious, or like, hey, song in a sound poa chani tafutenda. I was like, let me show you how to play. With flying fingers.
Aww.
But when I listen to a song, I'm able to just look for it pole pole. But I wasn't playing it with the seriousness.
Yeah.
Because at that time I didn't feel like there was a need for me in the band that I was playing, that I still play for, which is the Flower Project. At that time, Empress Lucy J was playing bass, so I was like, mini keyboard player. But then now I need, sometimes like over the weekends I would be called to play in church. Shout out to this Empress here, Nigote.
Okay. I thought she was doing CG.
Nini
Viva.
power.
Yeah, exactly.
Viva.
Yeah, exactly. Unagotea mtu ati hivi. Ati hivi. What's
Sawa
that?
basi. Violence.
Guys.
Sawa si. Una mnafanya audience wanakuwa jalousie hapa, jealous.
But spaces for people to play, like it feels like you have to fight your way through, and I really want to just big up a couple of people like Mathayo, who's been so instrumental in just pushing women, not just women, generally musician instrumentalists.
Absolutely, I agree.
Providing spaces for people to go and rehearse, pushing gigs for you, you know, just things that will get you out of your comfort zone. So what I can say is, for me, I had a foot in the door because I started out as a keyboard player.
Okay.
But it was not even a keyboard player serious, you know. We're always like, hey, kuna wale wako pale.
Yeah.
And there are people who would make you feel like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And they come and rubbish you're playing, and
Yeah.
they might not have vocalized it, but the vibe they give, absolutely just pushes you out. So I feel
they come in as more of like stars,
like
and like
stars, exactly.
you're playing rubbish, let me show you how it's done.
Exactly. And if it were not for just being like trying to push yourself in and being around people who are like, hey, come, let's jam.
Yeah, like invite you in.
Yeah,
with a positive energy.
It feels like that space is very closed off.
Yeah.
And you have to, 1, 2, 3 people for you to just get an opening. One opening.
Nice.
And it's not even the whole door.
Yeah.
So and even just encouraging each other as female instrumentalists. I didn't know many even when we were coming in, apart from like you, Olive.
Yeah.
Lucice joined us later on. There were a couple of people, but they kind of just all fizzled out and dropped off. At some point I used to hear there used to be a female band called Mototo. You're like, where are they? Some morphed into artists.
Yeah.
To arrest. Brand new EP. So yeah, I feel like even us, we're like trailblazing. We halfway don't even know what we're doing, but whatever we can do, if we can make space for other women, even if it's just to encourage and saying, Haji, come, let's jump, let's play this gig, or what do you think I can, what do you think you need that I can be able to offer you? Like me, I'm always just an open book, because even me, I have such a long way. I'm still learning a lot of things about the bass, because once you're used to maybe playing music as what's it called, looking for that word,
like as a job, like as a full-time job.
Yes, as a full-time job, it pushes you to try and learn a bit more out of your scope than just jamming.
I hear you, Tindi. I hear you too. And you know, like you speak of that with such depth, you know, how to create avenues and little spaces for people to be even able to just see that. It's like just making people see that light, kadogo, the one that they can just only like grasp on, so that they can even continue walking towards that light. That's so powerful. And you won't deep, but kabla depth tuingie sana, si wacha tusalimiane hapa ona. My comments zimekimbia, you guys. Guys, and let me see who is on. Sarah joined. Yay, hapa sawa joined. Josephine Mogore joined. You guys. Munyakazi Deo from Rwanda. Joined. A lot of people are here. Now, wow, the comments are so many. I'm just gonna go back to the top kidogo. Somebody said, Olivia said she's enjoying the jam that we just played. And
so
June Gashui!
Chief Gun!
Nyame! We love you, and you know, June Gashui is like one of our biggest mentors and one of our biggest friends, because I remember she helped us form the Flower Project, you know, and we played the first gig as an all-female band, courtesy of June Gashui. So thank you so much.
Gig ever.
I remember.
First of all,
imagine. Oh my God, you were so shy, Ivy. Now look at you, you've really grown.
June, shout out to June.
Shout out to June. We love you, June. Thank you so much, June. June anasema highest tuna multitasking. She's on air this morning. She's on Capital. She's on Capital FM.
Capital 98.4.
Mudamza tukwa ni basic guitar. Atina Tindi kumbe unakwaga mpole. Hamjui Tindi nyinyi. Akona tu kahoma. Akona homa.
Anasema hivyo.
Let me tell you, the noise maker of today is Moise. Moise kauko nyuma.
Tunakutana na yeye
unatupigia kelele.
Acha nimalize. Tutapambana.
Mi ati msana mwanamuziki anasema mile najua ni ile ya Netflix.
Done.
You need to do.
Iko na melody.
Ile ya Netflix ni bas. That's what we're talking about. Kosge Jeruti, asante sana Elmara Apiari akondani ya nyumba. We're just about to sample some honey at the end of the hour.
Sister.
I want to know if there was any electric Afro pop influence in Tindi's music. That's just a question that's just coming from
electric pop.
Kid from Islando. I think this is coming from when you were talking about your influences of, you know, like what you used to listen to.
I have listened. Okay, so I've grown up listening to so many things. One, church music.
Yeah.
The whole array from AIC to Awaombe.
Twaombea kwa Mungu Baba Mwenyezi Muumba, hawasamehe, hawabariki ili waweze kuokolewa.
Kina mama wengine siku hizi wanatisha like that. Then Don Moen, black gospel music, like just the whole nini. Kila mtu hata uchukua uzigo wake mwenyewe.
I love that song. Unajua kucheza hizo?
Kila 1415.
Kila mtu hata uchukua.
Hiyo ni kigani?
Hiyo ni King gani?
Kunaimba hapo king.
Kila mtu atauchukua.
CD.
But this is exactly what happens on Sunday. Mzigo wake mwenyewe na kila mtu atauchukua. Mzigo wake mwenyewe mbele za Mungu. Siku hiyo inakuja na kila mtu atauchukua mzigo wake mwenyewe na kila mtu atanyoka mzigo wake mwenyewe mbele za Mungu. Siku hiyo inakuja. People, we're just trying to say that influences ni mingi. You never know where the influences for your music come from.
Right.
Ona vile comments zinakimbiana, ona tu laughter. Wacheni kutucheka. These are truly our influences.
Representation.
Mois, kama unacheka utaona. Let me just go to the bottom of these comments kwa sababu zinakimbia sana. Drama boy. Unaona sasa your fellow noisemaker anakucheka. Akinye Orwa, shout out to you, baby girl. We see you doing wonderful things.
Not me singing the third harmony.
Yes. No, that's why Kia iko inapatikana.
Mary Monari amesema mumeacha kiko jirani.
Tabidi ukuja utusaidie na hiyo tulete hiyo kifungo.
Sarah said this is Sunday morning in every neighborhood.
Yeah. And you see that's the music.
Why tumeacha kiko jirani?
Hey, you guys, comment no wonder what's on the show. Once the comments are funny. Ati Ivy is not having it.
It's like pana nataka kucheza major 7.
Ati electric afropop is Kamba music. Come on now. Njora in the building. Ati finally Ivy smiled. Kwani ucheki kwa nyuma?
Anaswatuko.
Ati hapo kwa uplifting each other mmejaribu sana by the way. No, lazima hiyo ndio form see. Let's go down ati itisha sadaka sasa. Crocs bwana. Shout out to
tusianze tena.
Ni hapa. Ati play that song again, please. Feel like I'm in the church. Do you know who's asking for this song? Deo, because Deo doesn't know this kind of music. We love you, Deo. But wait, you know what? I might just send you a YouTube link to this song that, it's a very, very common song.
Yeah.
Quite an oldie in the churches in Kenya. Yeah, Cheruko Imet, karibu sana. Koko Koseso anaisha tu hapa. And Dantomo says, big up my guys, bring those melodies along.
Big up.
Now, you guys, Tindi and Ivy, if you guys don't know, or if you guys, the ones who know, that this pair is quite close. And I really admire the friendship in the music industry because it really, really shows me, it shows me an example of vibe na queen. It really shows me the essence of supporting each other as musicians. I remember when Ivy was sitting in here, you came and backed her up. And now it's really, really lovely to actually see her here backing you up. I'm so emotional. I'm so emotional, damn it.
Yeah,
thank
you, Ivy.
But really, that's what we're talking about in terms of, support and encouraging each other and hashtag queens supporting queens.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Now tell me, what do you think we can do in the industry to actually encourage this better? Because we don't see this happening often you know. Last time in the first season of Vibe Na Queen, I learned a lot, you know, from each and every person who came in here. I learned, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. And, you know, even for me, this is an avenue of learning what I can do better. I mean, Vibe Na Queen, yes, is a podium for us to have these conversations. But on a personal level, I'm still learning how to be a better person, how to be a better sister, in terms of inviting my musical sisters over, in terms of showing or giving access to my musical sisters. And I just like, it's a question that I've asked every queen who has come on Vibe Na Queen this season. Like, what do you think we can do to make us more accessible, that to make this our space, our feminine space, more open in terms of access, in terms of reach, you know? Olivia said, you know, we could check on each other much more often, like, and not just check on each other at okay, we're from a gig, hey nyaje hani lisha, you know, no, as in like check on each other, like, you know, meaningfully, like, hey, what's up? I know we haven't played together for long, but how are you doing? Can we have a cup of coffee and just check in on each other? You know, last season, Labdi confessed to me and told me, you know, Kasiva, I actually thought that you're quite like unreachable. Like, I feel like I can't come close to you. And I was like, oh, you know, I needed to know why she felt like that. And, you know, it's a part of me that I'm actually working on, because she felt maybe, it was too much, ahuni mkubwa sana, I can't reach. And you know, like, just opening up those doors, we got to have some projects going, and now we have music out, and it's really, really lovely to make that connect. So how do you think like we can make these spaces like more comfortable? How do you think we can improve access? Just basically like be able to do this like for your fellow sister and be able to work together, and you know.
I think we've, like, between myself and Ivy, we've spotted a couple of musicians who probably no one even knows, but we have said, hey, kuja, come. It might not be, I'm calling you to come and play Project Fame, or like a big project like the Grammys, you know, but even the small spaces, like just a church Sunday service when it's Women's Day, and we're like, hey, everyone is looking to us to provide music for like Women's Day or women's events. There's also a lot of fear that we've seen, and even us as ourselves have experienced.
Absolutely.
The fear of, oh my God, am I enough? Am I able to deliver like the Ben? You know, because you want to play your music without feeling like me neza deliver a gig, not because I've just not been given the gig because I'm a woman. And at first when it began, that was the stance that I had. It was like, hey, I'm a woman, I'll play soft. But then when you go to the playing field, no one recognizes that. If no one even has seen your face and they listen to a record, or they listen to a gig without even visuals, will they be able to tell you that is a woman? Will they be able to say, then they're like, what, shock, hey, kumbeni, mumama. Or
Mama.
You know, once I had like this crazy idea. Let me tell you, and let me know if this can be actualized.
Okay.
And guys, hii idea imecopyrightiwa, so iba at your own risk. But unajua, actually hautaweza kuiba kwa sababu ukiiba lazima utuhitaji sisi, because we are actually part of that idea. But anyway, this is an idea that I had. I had a crazy idea of actually putting up a gig behind the curtains and inviting people to watch this gig. And on the last song, we unveil those curtains and they see who is playing.
True.
Because this thing of this fear really affects the way you output your gift, your talent.
100.
And I feel like people being able to see who is playing also affects their thinking in one way or another. So how about if people listened to the gig blind? Like, you are not seeing, but you can hear the music. And you just experience it, and then you put face to instruments at the very last song. Like 30 minutes of killing it, and then we unveil. And we see, okay, was it a guy or a woman? I'm not going to tell you who I thought would be in the lineup, but it's for you like to even like have forms in the crowd, like passing, like with like, okay, which instruments can you hear? And who do you think is playing this instrument? You know?
Yeah.
And then we collect the forms and like get someone to like mark or something and give like some prizes and see like what happens, because I feel like this assumption of a lady is supposed to play a certain way. Even backtracks and even affects you as the person who is actually playing. Isn't it true?
Let me tell you, the first time I saw like a proper like Beyonce's female band, where I was sweating, I was like, what the heck? These are ladies, these are guys just miming on top of the,
because of how amazing they are.
Excellent it was. And I will never forget, that thing stuck with me, and I started to ask myself, is this something that's possible for us? How far can I push myself? And let me tell you, I have to give credit to you guys, you ladies. You really pushed me out of my comfort zone, because like I said, I was just playing bass as like just to jam.
Yeah.
But now getting out and saying, taking time to practice every day, that's not an easy discipline. We want the glory before we do the work.
Absolutely.
And everyone wants to be recognized. Who doesn't want to be appreciated?
Yeah.
But taking time to put in the work is where the challenge is. And I will not, I'll say even for myself, I struggle with that. Waking up every day and saying I'm going to practice ABCD. And what can I do to make my bass playing sound better?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
let me tell you what people are saying hapa, na hata ujione. Watu wamesema hiyo inaweza, hiyo idea sasa. That's a brilliant idea. Somebody said, I thought it was a joke. I love it, tunasija. No, seriously, imagine tukayomneza kama live. Seriously, mtalipa tickets mkuje. The voice, but now instruments, here for it.
Oh, wow.
Very that's brilliant. You know, ati wapi na saa ngapi. I have a better idea. Buggy clothes so they see the players' figures and masks to hide faces. Silhouette. Amazing, right, so that you still can indulge yourselves in the movement, but you can't tell who it is. Itabi tumenyoa Ivy.
I love that. See, there are so many guys who have dreads. Wengine wako na ponytails, kina nani Orwa.
Okay, a guy Orwa.
That's true. Yeah. Watu wamechelewa lakini wanasema thank God nimefika. Ati tutakuja in caps. Nice you guys. And before we get any deeper, see, we just take an uji break and just nyorosha. Nilikuwa naenda sema water our throats with amazing music with none other than Mutindi Muasa and Ivy Alexander.
Okay.
Yeah. Tindi tutacheza nini?
Nitaambia sister yangu chords, tunacheza G.
Sawa. Pia mimi najua G, ngoja. Kwani si ndio hiji wase? Si ndio hiji?
Bas. So G major 1 5 4.
154.
Mnaelewa hiyo lugha? Y'all who are watching 154.
Do you want like R&B chords or
yeah.
Okay.
I love R&B.
Okay.
Go
In
like
time.
Nubian Nepos. Amesema tuko locked. Inaitwa freedom of expression. I love that, you know, you have so much freedom of expression.
We acknowledge you.
We acknowledge you. That is AKA Pendo, the percussionist.
Oh, I know Pendo.
Yes. Let me see. Eric Ondeo amekuja, Abu Drama ndani, Sero ndani, Mwamba Douglas.
Mwamba Douglas.
Hey, Mwamba, we have missed you. Tinti. Have you listened to Mwamba's album? It is on the rocks. Album Pro Max. It is a good album.
Piano imejazwa hapo.
Piano be.
Piano.
Bera inyama. Oh, Tindi. That's Coco Goseso. Loves it. Ati, come on, Tindi, with that vibrato.
Oh, who's that?
Zero. Ati watu wa third harmony tuko. Yani unamaanisha ile pale, ile big pale. So it says it's really beautiful. Obala says, sasa kama Tindi ako hapa, where are my fellow backbenchers? You're alone today, Mama. You're alone.
Siku ya Sero tutapiga makelele hapa.
Aha, and Obala Sax ametuandikia jina ya hiyo album inaitwa Dawn in the Cradle.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, in the spirit of supporting each other, go listen, check out that amazing album by our friend Mwamba Douglas. Yes, hiyo jina Yesu ni mwamba, mwamba juu yangu. Yesu nifiche, niko chini ya mwamba. Wambia ndugu yangu, niko chini ya mwamba. Yesu nifiche, niko chini ya mwamba. Niko chini ya mwamba juu yangu. Yesu nifiche, niko chini ya mwamba. Ambie ndugu zangu, niko chini ya mwamba. Yesu nifiche, niko chini ya mwamba. You know, I love it when Tindi is here because we just burst out into some, you know, watu hawakujui. Watu hawajui venye unakwanga spiritual. Acha niingia hapa. Kasiva, just make sure you invite me to your next gig. Kama pesa hakuna tutakopa bwana. Kelvo ni writer. Wacha. Mutakopa pesa kwa sababu ya Kasiva. Sero, you ladies are killing it. Thank you so much. Tufanye collab tafadhali. Ingia pale mudiemu tuongee mubiashara. Na wasikia kutoka kwangu mna shout. Mwamba Douglas, we love you man. We love you. Mash up into Mwamba. Mwamba. Mwamba, Yesu ndiye mwamba. Yo ni kigani F sharp minor. Guys,
like 5 diminished 13.
By the Ivy haimbangi. For all who are asking.
F sharp, hizo was F sharp.
You guys, can you actually believe it's been 50 minutes?
What?
I know you can't believe it, right? Mwenye wanataka extensions, can I have some fire hapo kama mnataka tuongeza another 15-20 minutes? Kwa sababu mimi naona hatujamalizana na Tindi. Yeah?
I think so.
Utanikujia kwa DM.
Tindi, kuna kitu very powerful uliandika kwa remember when I asked you for that little statement and you told me I just caught the sentence, do it and do it afraid. And I posted that and somebody actually even came to our comments and told me, do you mean don't be afraid? And I told them, no, I don't mean don't be afraid. I mean do it afraid. And I want you to tell us, why such depth and why include fear in your words? Like, what is it that you want to talk about fear? Because I feel like there's such a deep message in do it afraid. Also before jibu, tunaona mamoto tunaendelea sawa. Mwache kupost mamoto, screen yetu itachomeka.
Thank you for the love. Tunajua hizo my emotion is sio za kuchomeka in hell, but nachoma na maneno zetu.
Yeah.
This is just my experience. A lot of the places that I have been very afraid to step into, and I can't say that I have taken myself there. I just happen to be maybe seated in a place and someone sees me and picks me to do something. Of course, that has come from a place of a lot of doubt and no self-belief. I'd even say imposter syndrome, you know. So you're like, wow, I'm in this space. Am I able to deliver what I'm being asked of? And it's not even just in music, even in other small things like taking care of small errands. You're like, wow, am I able to deliver that? You know. I'll give one example that really pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Sam Baluka. Shout out to you. Baluka is an amazing musician. He has an EP out with his wife, and he called me for a gig. And at that time, I was so busy. I don't think I really took it so seriously. So I told him, "You just send the music. I'll listen to it." But by the time I was sitting down to listen to the music, I was like, oh my God, I should have started listening to this music the second he sent me, because the amount of work that was going to be involved in it, I was going to just die.
Yeah.
And so I called him, and then I googled the artist.
Yeah.
It was a Grammy-nominated musician who was coming to do a headlining gig at Sauti za Busara.
Okay.
I had never played at a festival in my life. I just kept hearing. So I called him, I told him, hey, I think you're going to need to look for someone else to play, because honestly, with the time that I have between myself and learning these songs, it's too much work. And he said, too late, Tindi. Too late. And in my head I started, even suggesting names like, no, so you just go with. And he said, me, I feel like you're the one who was called to play this gig, so you're going to play it. You're going to have to play it. There's no one else. Yeah. And I used to just get my phone, even when I'm like on my way home in Matatu, I download piano app. I start practicing. And I'm like, because I don't have a keyboard. And
so you practiced on the phone keyboard, on the
phone keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm like, rehearsal is in 1 week and I have like 10 songs that have a lot of brass work.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated, but every time I was like, Sasa, you have to do it. Just do it. Ata kama you are afraid, just do it. And we went and played the festival. It went well. Then we got another gig in Zimbabwe, and that was the mother of it all, because some guys just thought, you're not capable. We are looking for the female for the keyboard player for the gig, and yet I'm standing on the keyboard. They were like, Kwani I'm a rock. They thought I was coming to do background vocalist. So
does it? Oh my God! Sorry to interrupt you, but doesn't it suck when you go to a gig and they think you've come to clean the stage?
Yes.
Or set up the stage.
Yeah.
I've had multiple times when I've been asked, are you cleaning the stage? And I said, no, sorry, I am here to play. And like, oh really? Oh really?
Then the whole time they just focus on you to see
to see
what you actually
hebu tuone kama atapiga duster ama atatupiga dust.
And so
a lot of that.
And there are very many other experiences that like I've had that are like that, where people just look at you and they're like, uko sure madam unajua kucheza hiyo kitu ama unabeba tu, you know. So you leave or you look forward to the next gig feeling, wow, that is how people think of. And you go back to your corner and you're like, wow, I'm not good enough. So that thing of saying do it afraid. There's so many things I've done and I'm so scared,
but you did them anyway.
I did them anyway, and just putting that much of face for, we are here, and then you go was like, wow, I actually did it. And then you even just listen to comments from other people, even the what you take as negatives, like polichoma, you should have done this. It's very easy to go back and say, wow, by the I'm coaching, I can't do this, maybe I should just let go of this and forget about it. But for me, even buying an instrument, that was done very afraid. I was like, have I reached that level where now I can have my own bass, like I can leave home and carry my bass, like that for me I felt was a statement for myself. Do it afraid. I've also taken a lot of cues from you guys. The stages and the platforms that you have been, both great, big and small. Like I'm just amazed that you guys don't say this is a small stage, now I'm going to play like this because it's a small stage. Like everywhere you guys go, my sisters, but you just go and kill it, and it's always phenomenal. So that is what I'm saying, like do it afraid, and it's also a challenge to myself.
I hear a lot of encouragement in your undercurrent, that even though we're doing it afraid, I mean, there's all these people around us who should sort of like shock absorb that a little bit of that kind of fear, you would say, and keep us going, keep us upright, and just keep us on our paths. I hear you when you say do it and do it afraid. I have also done a lot of things in the musical scope. Very afraid. I will keep mine for now. Yani, please remind me on the last episode.
Yes.
Yay!
For sure.
Muniulize the things that I've done afraid, because there's so many things that I've done afraid. There's things I've done without even knowing, okay, tunaenda wapi. Unajirusha tu kwa path and you start unaanza kufyeka pole pole as you go, and it starts clearing out. But what I'm hearing is a lot of support, a lot of encouragement. Somebody said here, people who give you a lot of people who give you support and push us out of our comfort zones are God sent. Somebody said that, and I support that 100%, because that positive word just before you go on stage, that pat on the back that you're doing well, that little nice comment that you have a good bass, and on the flip side, if somebody asks you, are you really the one who's playing that bass, tell them actually, I am one of the very few bass players in this country, and you snap back or you slap them back with a positive word. I think it also educates them, because I also think people are reacting from a point of ignorance
and
culture, and just not. This is not common, Tindi. We have to accept it that true. Even this is not about Kenya. This is worldwide. It's not common to see women playing instruments. It's quite uncommon, and it's even more uncommon in Africa because of the cultural connotations and maybe some societal outlooks, and especially about the music scene and about the music industry. Some of the older generation feel like the music industry is a very, very dangerous place, and especially for a woman, and then therefore feel like, okay, unaduninu kucheza instrument. Other people will be like, why are you trying to be a man? Why are you trying to be a man?
Nobody's trying to be a man.
Nobody's trying to be a man, and I feel like it's our duty to encourage and teach the people who are surprised by seeing us hold instruments, by thinking that we are there to clean the stage. You tell them no. I'm here to play the instruments. Did you know that my name is Kasiva and I'm one of the very few percussionists in this country, and you school them kidogo and they go home having learned something new. I feel like a lot of parents have quote unquote killed their children's talents because of the ideologies that are behind the music industry, that maybe you cannot make a living out of the industry, or what the space looks like, especially for women.
There's
etc,
also
etc.
just generally the education system that just shelved music and made it look
Preach,
like
sister.
like an elite subject or an elite skill that you should learn.
Absolutely.
You see, the music that I was exposed to started just from primary school.
Yeah.
Just ta. Those things stay with you.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
Yeah. Ta.
Your age is showing.
Tafatefe.
What?
Wewe kwenda. Wamekuja hapa kutuzima.
Ta. Equal. The
Crochet
longest.
is
The longest the crochet. So
meaning ta. Tafatefe ni gani?
Tafatefe ni quiver.
Did you just expose our age by telling us to club these of Tafatefe?
Like such things. So when music is scraped off from the education system, what other spaces are children getting to learn about music if you're not going to church?
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you're not going to church, or I don't know about the Islam community, but what other spaces do you have for music?
Yeah, I know, because like a concert could come on TV and you see like this babe like, I'll say no. Hebu toa hiyo vitu kwa.
Exactly.
Hebu weka news. Weka.
You some umesikiza
umesikiza marans.
Like your
Hebu badilisha shano.
weke vitu zingine, but that's what I'm saying. Already, how the education system treats art, is just goes to show why young people or even women are not even interested at all in taking up music. If even just trying to get children in Sunday school to sing along is a problem.
Yeah.
Sembuse, kuja shika hii keyboard. Shika guitar.
Yeah.
Also, instruments are not so cheap.
Yeah, and the accessibility of these instruments is quite a problem,
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's sort of like a ripple effect of things, because the fact that the instrument is very expensive, that means then
that cuts you off.
that average earning family is not able to access.
It's not a priority.
It's not a priority.
Keyboard ama tutakula.
Yeah,
School fees.
Yeah.
Saizi mafuta imeongezeka. Expressway. Will I pay for expressway or buy your guitar?
Lakini niko na pan.
Okay.
Tutakula mziki.
Yo, labda utunipe tucheki.
Hapana.
Come get your pan, nikatie fire. Nimesema tutakula mziki. Ngoja. Wacha niingie.
Hapana, hiyo nimepata.
Unasema nini na watu wamesema hapa ati hivi anatustare.
You know, I was going to ask you, where should I look?
Ladies and
Niangalie camera.
What and you some of the comments here. I know we went a little bit deeper, but I mean that is the point of these conversations, you guys. And I'm seeing here, someone said Tindi is really inspiring me here. Jem Stupu, and somebody said do it afraid. Such a profound gem. Thank you, Tindi. Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for being you. I appreciate you all. True, manze, a kindness always goes a long way. The women of instrumentation, Grizinderi amesema. Kelvo the writer amesema. Na nataka unamwambie kama unaweza mpatia rights. Amesema, actually, this very session has inspired me to write a track already. I may just name the track Do It Afraid.
Wow.
By her permission, that is. Do you grant him the permission to use that stage? Pale box inaitwa
intellectual property.
Tuko na lawyer. Tuko na lawyer.
Tuko na lawyer, entertainment lawyer, by the way.
Ati, has anyone played and someone asked mtu wa kucheza ako? Obalasat. Nani kuuliza hivyo?
Guy. That's so...
Shout out to Ivy for percussion tips after some gig hapo. I had a similar interaction with a guy who gave off some huyu dem ajui Kenya anafanya vibes. I was just starting on my percussion journey. Well, I don't know whether to say I'm sorry, but I'm really proud that you have gone through past that and gone through all the lessons, Pendo, and now you're really trailblazing, honey. Trailblazing. Miss Kenya Atlanta, all the way from, is it Sierra? Atlanta, Georgia. Watu wana club hapa matafa tefe. Tulishapita hiyo maneno bwana. Sapadari, umetoka Afri Cities Kisumu, karibu sana. Such a powerful conversation. Jay Ganda says, music arts have lasted this long over the course of the world's history. I don't know why people are always trying to cut it down. I don't understand that either, because it's the fundamental of our life, cultures and our traditions, isn't it? Like in all the celebrations, in all the rituals, in all the rites of passage, there was music always. Well, as a music teacher, even internal battles with schools and teachers of other subjects is ridiculous. We are considered as the people wasting time for the kids. Sarah says so. You know, honey, Sarah, I'm gonna just screenshot this, and we're gonna have a conversation about that, because that's quite serious. Just leave. What's you did not feel my part? Thais Diara, all the way from Thais, where are you from? Are you in Switzerland? Where exactly are you, honey? But thank you so much for joining. Yangu ni salamu tu. And somebody said, Sero Pole for that. Personally work at a school, and personally I don't see it that way, but I've seen that happen a few times. It should change. And a lot of people still joining in as we are almost wrapping up. It's been fun. It's been depth, conversations. It's been nice having Ivy akiwa stay hapo na akicheza magitana. Kuna mali uliambiwa hapo unaimba sijui ati A flat major A D's nini akiwa like mnamsa alisema. But anyway, before we go, I just want to give a massive shout out to all of you who have managed to tune in today and hang out with Tindi and Ivy and I. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for spending your time with us. I hope mumesikia Tindi. Do it afraid, guys. And a special shout out to all the sponsors we have for Vibe No Queen Season 2. Africa No Filter, thank you so much for believing in my little dream. If you all don't know who Africa No Filter is, go follow their page, Mwanzo. It's at Africa No Filter, one word. And Africa No Filter is a community that supports creatives to help us retell our stories, rewrite history, and reshape those stereotypes zenye zimesemwa about this African continent, about the African people. Because it's time that we stopped, we retold our stories anew. This is not the continent of CG ati watoto wako na mainzi kwa mafu akisipendangio, by the spendangio picha na sipendi na inapangwa kama TV mo sana akisipendi, and we need to rewrite our stories anew. And Ivy here is a beneficiary of Africa No Filter. Wow. Ivy, tell us what Africa No Filter did for you.
Man, Africa No Filter also believed in my project, my EP Majira. So the basis of it was to show the diversity in the cultural and musical landscape that's here in Nairobi and Africa at a whole. So I did collaborations with African musicians, Kenyans. Yeah, it's just a whole vibe of different kind of genres and like just to see how our producers are very creative and stuff. So yeah, man, they came through.
They came through, and you have a new.
Yes, and
you have an EP out.
I do. I also gained an international audience.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, they helped change narratives.
That's really, really dope, and I believe, and in the words of Kato usually says, he quotes, quote unquote, African music anasemanga.
Yeah.
Nyi watu wa mayelele.
That's what he says.
And you shall represent what I
when you said yelele, I just wanted to tell you Kato, I wish Kato angewele wasikie. And Kato, I believe you. On Unakula rumba ama vipi? You know, Kato usually, I believe, you told the story of that. It's not only mayelele tunatoa from the continent. We are influenced by different cultures. We are in 2022. We listen to reggae. We listen to pop. Well, there's gengeton. Technology imefika and now Afrofusion. Technology iko, and of course, our writing, our ears are expanding in that scope, in the sense of listening to other music. And I believe you really showed that well with your EP Majira. You guys, I'm such a fan. Go listen to Ivy's EP Majira. It's on all the streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify.
I want to say my favorite track.
Nikumbushe ile jina ma.
Solemn. Unapenda Solemn?
Napenda Solemn.
Infinite.
Oh, wow.
Na kuna remix ya
Katondo alinifundisha guitar tuning.
Really?
Yeah, because I down-tuned the guitar for Infinite, so it doesn't sound like
no,
your usual. Yeah.
You guys, kuna mziki sana yani. Endeni msikize Majira. She did a cool, really cool remix of the national anthem, and it has like a dope video on YouTube. Go follow her. Go get to know about her. Have we digressed from Africa No Filter? But yes, Africa No Filter is helping creatives retell the narratives of the African continent and, you know, bypass those stereotypes by, you know, funding creatives, giving them little grants, giving them platforms and opportunities to actually do that very thing, to retell these stories and reshape these narratives. And I was very fortunate to be a beneficiary of the Kekere grant for storytellers, and courtesy of that, that's why Vibe Now Queen is here
Telling stories.
Tidin. And we have two other supporters for Vibe Now Queen season 2. There's Kulula on Instagram.
Kulula.
And Kulula came through with these beautiful cards. I go on.
I've been seeing them.
Wow.
Guys, Kulula came up with this beautiful art. I'm just gonna show you guys for a little moment. It's written Mutindi Watu. I'm gonna translate that for my people in the diaspora. Tindi, would you want to translate that? What does Mutindi Watu mean?
Person is people.
Mutindi Watu. Does anybody want to translate that for me on the comments? Mutindi Watu. Mutindi Watu. I think you're like.
I don't think there's like. I don't think there's a direct translation.
Okay, of course not a direct translation, but
is people is the community.
Yeah, like you cannot survive solo. You know, you need the community to grow, to exist, to be you. God. And do you see yourself?
That's you.
Yeah.
Do you see I've seen a call.
Absolutely, the Bantu knots. That's exactly what I meant. Like she really captured the spirit of all of us.
Even the earrings, like wow, Kulula.
Yeah, and at the back there we have, you know, she's paid homage to Vibe Now Queen season 2 2022.
Wow.
And you guys, if you wanna access the beauty that is the arts from Kulula, her Instagram page is at Kulula. I'm just gonna show this to that camera. Remember, we're recording this for YouTube later. That is at Kulula. Kulula in Kikamba means to draw. And that is exactly what she does. She makes beautiful art, very inspirational and very attentive to detail. I love Kulula and I love her spirit, and she's always joined us. I think nimemwona pale kwa live. Thank you so much, Kulula. And thank you so much for these cards that are really inspirational. I remember last week with Olivia.
I'm so wowed there.
She taught us like to write our affirmations like Numerakadi, and you can see like you have a little space there.
Nice.
So you get to keep those as well.
You can do it afraid, Apple.
Yeah, do it afraid.
Like I love the colors. I'm even dressed in all. I didn't even know this was an
matching. You guys, and our other sponsor is Elmara Apiari. I know you know Chero.
I want to meet her one day, but
you haven't met Chero yet, no?
No.
Chero, unatakikana huko kwenye hii nyumba.
Tutapatana tu somewhere.
Chero is the founder of Elmara Apiari. Elmara Apiari is the company that makes this beautiful honey, 100% organic, 100% Kenyan. This is the real deal. And this is the part where I say there's so much Mbwakni honey making rounds in Nairobi. Do not be fooled. Get yourself some Elmara honey. Tutajionjea hapa Elmara honey.
Na mimi kwanza mimi nisema hii maneno ya kukula. Mimi kuja na kijiko. I don't want jokes. Ndio nikule tu yote hivi alafu.
Shika. As she tastes her honey, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Elmara Apiary. The founder of Elmara Apiary is a very, very young girl called Chero. And she has her hives in Elgeyo Marakwet. Huko ndio anafanya beekeeping. And beekeeping is not very common for, you know, women in that area. And she has her little story of, you know, the fights that she's had to go through and what she's had to go through to get to actually even be able to sponsor us with such an amazing product. Asante sana Chero, asante sana Elmara Apiary. If you need some good honey, go to their page at Elmara Apiary and get yourself some really nice honey.
Oh, kumbe kuna spoon.
Let me tell you something about honey. I'm very
This is really good.
Isn't it?
My thing with honey, I've had a lot of bad honey incidences where I take honey and my tummy kills me, so I stay off honey a lot of times. But this is very good honey. Like
you can taste it.
You can taste it. So unasikia ni kama umekula tu from the honeycomb umefanya hivi. And it's clean.
Mwacha kula vitu Mbwakni.
Wacha niwafilishe msikie mbaya tena.
Elmara Apiary tunakulombo tov. Kulombo tov. Tunakulombo tov mbaya. Aye, now let me see. Hey, people are just saying the way Majira is lit. Ivy.
Oh wow.
Take your flowers. Pick them. Pick them. Majira is a great one. Islam. Thank you so much. No man is an island. Atisi utmni utao. Oh, what's the one on ikitiki wani? Koko na kuna majani. Koko na kuna
Mira effect ni nani? Koko ndo asema.
Koko ameandika na mira ati utm ni utao. Aki koko achana na.
Ndio sheng yani.
Koko achana na chai.
The next version of sheng.
Kimba says mtu ni watu, you can never do it alone. That's such a good translation. No man is an island. Absolutely. A man, a people. Mwamba Douglas. No man is an island. Absolutely, I agree. No man is an island.
You know that song?
Before nimalize.
Atitindi una flex sasa.
Ana flex nini asali?
Ana flex nini na ni ukweli na asali na.
Ama ni kwenye hivi sasa ndio. Wacha ni wahurumie.
Wacha wahurumie bana. Unajua utafanya wivu hapa. Wivu itembee.
Waende wanunue kwa Chero.
Elmara Apiary, I said. Again, thank you so much Africa No Filter. Thank you so much Kulula. And thank you so much Elmara Apiary for supporting Vibe Now Queen Season 2.
Thank you for having me also, man.
Ndakuhag session nikishuko mbali. No man is an island.
No man is not.
You guys,
thank you Ivy for coming through.
For sure.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's that time, lazima tuseme kwaheri. It's 1919 hours. Tumeenda.
Hatujamaliza
Maristos. You guys, I'm going to tell you that Vibe Now Queen is going to take a mid-season break, and we're not going to be here next Monday, but we will be on the other Monday. As you follow my socials, I'm just going to keep you posted on when we're going to be back. Our next queen is Katoki wa mitumba, mimi kwa majina ni Siombua.
Nimekuwa nikikucheki
pamoja.
Twende chorus.
Something I love you. Zero. Tunakungoja hapa na tutachezea song mbaya sana. Kwanza I can't wait to do like an acoustic version. Hapo sasa. Aiwe. Zero kana kama mama. No get vibe na Queen vibe na Queen season 2 tukaya asali tuya sanda Africa no filter na tuikeja Kulula Zero Zero. We cannot wait to have you on. We are really excited to have you here. And I guess after Zero, we're gonna have the season finale where we're gonna have all the queens back. And all the queens are gonna interview me because that's what we agreed in the first episode. So stay tight for that.
Hot seat.
Yani muite maako zenu. Mahand, majilani, watoto wa estate, watoto wa mtaa, wakuje wajisikililia yani story ya Kasiva Motoa, yani first of her name. Esini first of his name, yani Motoa his name. Sindio? Ene mana we no ni password. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been real. It's been vibe.
Sasa nimesikia hiyo wimbo ya Zero, sasa it's stuck in
imagine by the way rudi pale
hiyo iko wacha
nini ukicheza hivi watu kucheza majira basi
6 ya wapi
6 ya 6
yo vibe no Queen a season 2 episode 3 Teddy Ave Kasiva Moto tunakuja kuwa sababishi 4 5 6 check it Kulula Elmara nakwambia kucheza bass ni kazi wacha ni waimbie as we check out listen remix oh God of all creation bless this our land and nation justice be our shield and defender check it may we dwell in unity peace and liberty guys thank you so much for hanging out with us I'm not content sina content imesemekana but thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been Vibe Now Queen season 2 episode 3 with the lovely Tindi, the bass player, the bassist, Mutindi Muasa on Instagram and all social platforms. Follow her, get to know the amazing work that she's doing. That's Ivy right there with the Pinky Panther kind of jumper. She's an amazing guitarist that you've seen. Follow her on her socials at Ivy Alexander. Get to know her. Support her new EP, Majira. Amazing videos on YouTube. Tujengane wase, asanteni sana for being here. I love you guys.